मत कर, वो गाड़ी चलाने के लिए इससे हम लोग गाड़ी कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। इससे गाड़ी कंट्रोल गाड़ी में साले hello, hello, check 1 2 3. So guys, here we are back with a new lecture on Python. So we'll move further as we studied a lot about till now Python. We'll go further, which are actually one of the most important of any programming structure. Is of any programming structure that is nothing but a part of flow controls. What we are going to learn about this time, we are going to learn about flow controls. Before learning about flow control, let's give you a small description about my company, that is a build my project way of automation. In a build my project we do two things. First, we focus on industrial project, and a second, which is the parallel sector, is the training sector. Industrial experts, which are the one those are expert in their field, are also are have a domain in industrial project as a part, or you can say, and the same people also train them, because as the people are learning with the new technologies, we need to train our future student also. So the mission and the vision of this company is not only to train people of all over the India, but is for the development of India as well. We have some of the companies which we have a collaboration with. Our corporate kinds are Reliance, Infosys, and Technova. Even we have a college kind where give you a training from NITs to IITs, from state colleges, and any type of schools also we have, because even the school level trainings are also important nowadays, because the emerging technologies, you can see that the students having in fourth or fifth standard have a phone in their hand. Why? Because the technology is being so evolved, the student can also learn in a very early ages also. We have some of the placement and projects in Godrej, Minda, Satyam. You can refer on website everything on this. So basically, we are, if you can see in news, we are also available. It's not just a company, but we have been also coming up throughout the news. You can see different types of languages, even from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari. You can say every one of the, we have all around the India. We have a training sector, we have a placement sectors, we have a industrial project. So some of the important only news are we have been showing on you. So if you see what are basically our domains, what we actually works on, this from this company, we take workshops on the different technologies. We have school robotics, student having an a learning capacity, or you can say interest or a curiosity about robotics, or you can say new technologies. We make them learn in school itself. We mostly focus on industrial project, kids training, internship. We provide internship to the training, paid internship, even for you to share how to make humanoid robots and all. And we FDP, if you say the last question, FDP is for learning for the corporate people. We will not only train engineering student, but also train corporate peoples. It is done by the very expert of our company. So there is a lot we can say, not even teaching the student as well. We also train faculty. So in every domain we have a one of the field, or you can say one of the part of a company. So these are the 50 technologies we are working now. We are working currently now. It's now became more than 50. Every time we come up with a new expert, some of the new people come up with the new technologies, we still learn, and we this company also provide those technologies. If you can see, it's more than 50. You can take a pause and see around what the world. So the trending technologies, why we started work from home, was the main reason to student to make it learn what are the trending technologies. From trending technologies, what's are going on here. If you can see from this, from all this, the Python is one of the first we can see in IT corporate world is very important. So we started with a 7-day course on Python. This is the fourth lecture, and if you are still new to this, you can still learn, because I always teaching us this way in a such a way that it's your first time only that you are watching in a first itself. So if you are gonna watch from last time, or you can watch from this side, will still get won't get any very not that much doubt, as you thinks that it will won't understand, because I have learned not Python, but still you can understand this thing as quick as is possible. Okay, so these are trending technologies, and so we'll move further to our actual lecture, what we are going to study. So as you know about last time where we started, last time where we started about the dictionaries and dynamic are mutable, right? These are the one which we started, and we ended with our all the practical sessions. All we have done all the practicals with the codings on the spider, right? So today it's whatever we are gonna learn is one of the most important of any structure, you can say, in any programming, which is called a programming structure. And what is this programming structure? In that I will tell you about the flow controls. I will tell you about the flow controls. You can see I told you about yesterday one of the most important topic. This is one of the most important topic, because in the Python only there is a slight change of any flow controls. Though we have if, else, for loop, while loop, break, continue, pass, but in this it there is just have a very slight difference, just a difference of syntax, but you need to learn how the syntax also work. So we will move further, we won't waste much time, and we will go further. Actually, what are this programming, what are these programming structures? Okay, so if I say you what is this programming structure, the control flow of a program is the order. The control flow of the program is the order. In Python, the control flow is divided into conditional statements, looping statements, and functional calls. Okay, understand this. I am going to write this too. What I said, the control the control flow of the programming. I said of the programming is the order is the order. Okay, so I will maximize this so you can understand it better. Okay, and here in Python, the control flow is divided is divided into conditional statements. Okay, and what are looping statements? If you are getting any background noise from like a home structure, so I'm really sorry for that. As you know, quarantine is going on, so everyone is at home. Even I am working from home itself. So if you still get any noises, please neglect that and please concentrate on this. Okay, thank you so much. And I was on functional call, and one more it is functional call. We'll discuss it about low conditional statement location function called one by one. So first, what is this? We're talking about the flow control. the flow control. Okay, this flow control is, you can see, this flow control has the three parts. First is conditional statement. As I told you about this, what is second one? What is second one? It is nothing but loops looping statement. Then what is fourth? It is controlling, or you can say functional call, or you can say also called, one more name is given to it. It's called controlling statement. Okay. So now I will describe what is nothing but conditional statement, while looping statement and controlling statement. Conditional statement deals with if, if, comma, you can say if and else. Okay, and we can see if, elif, हाँ सर, जोर से बोलो, ठीक है सर, कम आवाज करो अम्मा यार. Okay, this one is for, I'm really sorry for this, I got an interferation, so we'll move further. And I was talking about the conditional statement, right? So conditional is if else, and if, elif, and it's nothing but I will tell you everything in detail, so no need to worry about you. For the elif and else, there's a three type of statement, that if, with, then after it comes with if and else, and if, elif, else. We'll do every type of example with those. I won't gonna teach you just one part, I will teach you every part of it, so you will be getting all that structure as well. Okay, so here we comes with the next statement, which is nothing but while and for. While, comma, for. These are looping statement. What are called the looping statements? And if you move further, and we will see there are break, break, continue, continue, and pass. These are the statements of for controlling statement, or you can also name it as a functional calls, because whatever we call it happens. If you want break, it continue, it's get continue. If you pass, it still get pass. Okay, so we will gonna teach, this can be related, this can be done with a single with a single statement as well. This can be used in a whole together, and we can say we can have every combination of them. Okay, this is the actual reason why this, you can say the reason how this, when the data you get, and that data need to be processed. So after that processing, if you get any conditions, you can say, in your programming, and every program has condition, very less those are basic programs, those are condition, but if you go on a larger scale, you will have every condition has a statement. So we use these statements, you can say, use this programming structures every time. So that is the most important part that you need to know. In previous we learned about list, tuple, dictionary. We may use list, we may use tuple, we may use dictionary, if we use two of them or three of them. It depends on programming. But here, this is the statement, programming statement. This is really important that you will use it every time in most of the programs whatever you're gonna perform throughout your life. Okay, so we're gonna perform here. We're gonna see what is first. What is conditional statement? What are we talking about with it? We are talking about conditional statement. So here we go with conditional. conditional statement. In Python, if the condition is used to verify whether the condition is true or not. Okay, again I am repeating. Let's go with this only. If condition condition, I'm really sorry for those mistakes because it's not working. Is it used? If condition statement, if its condition is used to verify, its condition to use to verify, whether the condition is true or not. It is used for that. Okay, condition, if it's giving in condition means, like example, we keep some condition with our friends, or if you come up with a bet. If someone wins, I will give you this money. If that one loses, then I will give you this money. This is a, like, just like a bet. So it, what does it basically you are doing, you are keeping a condition, right? If you go on a statement of you go buy some home, or you can have life insurance, and you come across any type of deal in across your daily life, what you think, notice one thing about that, this condition, that is it having verify the condi whether the condition, okay, if the condition is used to verify whether the condition is true or not. So basically I was talking about, if you come across any daily needs, or you can say any daily deals you come across, so you have a condition, or you can, so if you go on any offer or something, so you have condition that you need to buy this and you will get free, any cost or any something purpose on that. Why this is so? Because they are keeping conditions, right? So those conditions, type of conditions, you're getting on program itself. Example, if I am talking about, if I want to give you 5, or if I want to save a string, I got the data as a string. If I got this data as a string, it should get neglected. This is a becomes one condition. If I'm getting a data in a numeric form or int form, it should be get considered, right? So the data, whatever the data comes from many sources, and I kept the condition over there. If string is coming, it should get neglected. If numeric data is coming, if int is coming, I should get that data, it should be served. So that is a part how it happens. I am talking about just about, I'm not giving an example now. We will go with a very small examples to one of the big program, you can say one of the small very minute project. We will go on that too, but you need to understand what the condition first means. Okay, so here that condition same way will I'm gonna apply on this. This example is for betterment, for a better, you can say, explanation. I will go with the first example as well. Okay, so I need you to write this also, because let's directly try to write on this our spider itself. Okay, so you can pause it and you can see the program is right or wrong. So as I, as always start with my new program, I don't interfere with my last lecture, so I'm starting with a new as well, as just like you only. So we will go on this, like equals to x equals to uh, x is equal to, if I'm giving, right, x is equal to 5, x is assigned by 5, and if x is equal to 5, if x is equal to 5, then semicolon, you can say semicolon, print x is equal to 5. I want to print this as, so I will try to run this. Okay, so yes, x is equal to 5 because I have given x as a value. What if I have given x any other value? So is do you think is it going to run? it's not giving any error because the condition is whatever the condition is been set is the condition is not satisfied. For running this repeating program, the print program is what is required that the x should be equal to 5, but I have given the value x is equal to 6, so the condition is not satisfied. That's the reason the print function is not running. Understood everyone? This make this it clear that the condition is really important. If it will satisfy the condition, then the program within that will be running. Otherwise it won't be running any program which is inside that. If I try to write this, if my condition is not satisfied, the print is outside the condition. If try this, see it's giving me an error. The print should be within the print should be within that. If I try to give any other value, example, if the I have written the print, okay, if I one thing is definitely one thing you need to know, that if I'm writing any condition, right, if I'm writing in condition, there should be after that should be one indentation. That is really important. What should be that? You can set tab. This indentation is really important. If you're not giving this indentation, you will get this type of error: expected and indent block. Expected and indent block. Maybe you don't write anything within that, maybe you just keep it blank, but you need to at least consider that indentation. And after that, if you write something, example, I write here print print and I write something you can say illogical to the if condition. um, my name is Saurabh. Okay, so if I try to write this, so if I try to run this too, see, if after giving the indentation, whatever I'm writing over here, it is going to run. It won't give me an error, right? But if you're not giving this indentation, it won't run, because the indentation is really required. This is nothing but a simple syntax which they have created. Okay, so if I try to write about syntax, what should be the actual syntax of this? So if condition, whatever the condition you want to give, colon, again in colon, then indentation, then body. Understood? If the condition whatever you want to give, and after indentation you want to have to give your body, whatever the conditions is satisfied, whatever you want to perform with that condition satisfied, the body should be over here. Okay, understood everyone? So this is a syntax for if condition. So we'll see one more examples on that. Okay, what if I try, if this, as you last time what we did, we tried to do a list, we try to use a list input. What if I try to make input as well, one more input? This is really important which type of input you are giving. Just remember this. Yeah, I am writing int over here. I cannot write directly input, because it input should know that which type of input you are giving. Okay, and within that input I can write this thing, enter the value. Okay, see, if the value whatever the I have given is going to satisfy 5, it will be printing this. If it's not print, and the same way, it is condition. The print my name is Saurabh is not any condition. So if you every time you will run this program, this Saurabh, my name is Saurabh, is going to print every time. Okay, let's see, instead of my writing Saurabh, okay, so let's try run this. Let's see, input will always wait for your command. So if I'm writing 5 and I will press enter, x is equal to 2 created by Saurabh. Understood how this input if part works? So we move further. I'm taking very much time for if condition, so after time I don't need to express it again with is. I will explain else. and if and else is completed, then if and else will complete, then will be there we will be having if if part. So this way you can able to complete all three part in one step. Okay, so now this was a part for if condition. Okay, we'll go for we'll go for next. What is we'll go for next. What is it? It's like if and else, but before if and else, let's try something more tricky with if. Okay, let's try with that. It's we come over IDE. We'll try to do in this. Okay, okay, let it be. The fonts are so small so you won't get it. I don't want you to do that, so we'll try to do this here only. Okay, so x is equal to fx is equal to, don't take x directly, we try if true. Okay, I wrote the spelling wrong. I did it intentionally, so I will try to print, see what's the answer. I need to show this. Okay, I will tell you the reason why. We will try to do with one more example with this, and you will understand. Okay, do you know, can you guess the answer? Condition is true. Condition is true. I wrote the spelling wrong and the condition is true. Let's have something else. If true. Okay, and here comes print. Okay, condition is true. Okay, you can see it's giving me a that the true is not defined, so I will get an error. What if I try to, if I'm getting but true for here, if I wrote the true within the string, it is giving me a value, although the spelling of true is wrong. Though the spelling of true is wrong, but still it is giving me the condition is true and it is working. And if I'm writing outside the part, outside the true function, then why it is giving me a wrong? So what is the difference between string and this actual true? Actually, basically, when you go across a Python structure in a deeply way, we'll come across that part that the if condition is true means the condition of getting a string is true. It is defined part, right? I had defined my condition, I've defined my data as a string, so the condition will be true. But here, if I'm writing anything like a true, or even if I try to write, example, if I try to write over here a right spelling of true, you can see, if I even I try to write the right spelling of true, still it is giving me an error. Okay, even I will try to run this, still the true is not defined. It means that I have not defined the true properly. What I did, and I didn't define any true. What is it? But here I had defined this true as a string. What if here I have defined this true as a, or what if I tried any type of int function? Okay, if I defined it properly, it will give me the condition. The condition will be okay. But here I have not defined, and so if you are going to for a data uploadation in the Python, you need to define the data, what type of data you are giving in. Just like in a previous example, you can say in a previous example, I need to write int input and enter the value. So the int was really important, that I need to define which type of input, or which you can say which type of value I am giving to the x value as a variable. That's how it going to begin. Understood, everyone? So there is a one more built-in function of true, that if, true. This is a built-in function of for a true, and if I try to run this, I will get the both the condition as true. If I run this, the both the condition I will get true. So the what is true is basically t should be capital. That's a built-in function to understand that the condition is true or not. Understood everyone? And what if I try to write? What if I try to write? Can say if one. If you have done a programming before, you will understand why I have written one. One is basically nothing but is also found, or you can say also the another logical name of a true. Just like there is a two phases, true and false. In just like that, there are also two phases, one and zero. So the one is basically stands for true, and if I try to run this, and I will say the condition is satisfied, it will run. Okay, so we'll move further. Let's see. See what is getting EOL while scanning string literal. EOL. See what is coming over here, x equals to invalid, because this is a sign of assigning. This is a not sign of is equal to. The sign of is equal to is equal to. So if you try to write to this, EOL is not satisfied. EOL condition is not satisfied. Just remember this part. Just remember this part. We are gonna perform a very much big else and if function on this. Okay. So move further. So you can understand this why I have used one for this time. One, not one. One for the condition is satisfied. True for this. So if I remove this every part, even I try to remove all the things, just select all. So if one print condition is satisfied. Okay, so move condition is satisfied. So why I told you the last time that what is one stand for? This stands for true. I just come up with a doubt. I just come up with a stuck up with that error that it was basically the true was defined two times earlier. So it was giving me a string eval which has been not correct, which we can say according to the program. So it was giving me an error. So if I wrote it separately from the other than an error, so it is giving me a proper, because it's not able to understand which one is true, which one is false, because I need to define it every time. So if you are giving a condition, so you need to you are writing in a program, so you need to write to, if you are using one as a true, then you need to write throughout the program one as a true only. If you are writing true as a true, then you have to use true as a throughout your program only. You can use any one of the form of giving a true. You cannot use both, or you can use thrice. Yes, you can use tries and function, because as you can see, if you are going on a definition, if you go on more deep programming, so you will have a different functions. You can make a different classes. So the variable from the one class will move matter with a variable with another class. We will learn it further. Let's just focus on this part, why we made that error of scanning a literal. Okay, so we will move further and we will see what is if and what is now if else. Now the syntax, as you learn about if more deeply, about very much deeply, will the else is a very simple part. If you can see what is if and else part, that is if and else statement, you can I will directly give you the syntax on that, and you will understand itself. This is nothing but a simple, you can say a simple English. If the condition is satisfied, if if a condition is satisfied, if condition is satisfied, the body will run. What if condition is not satisfied? Else the other body should run. We always keep a backup plan. Just like a backup plan, we have an else part where we have to give them a new body to understand it. If our condition is satisfied, this will run. If condition not satisfied, then what will be the solution for that? Okay. Sujal, Sujal, pani de pani. Okay, so we move further. As you can see, the ill statement. I won't take it your much time, and we will directly go on this part. That if, let's take s x as we take as input. Int input. Okay, enter the value. Enter the value. Okay, so here if you come over here, and we will say we'll try to do a next body. Okay, so if x is equal to, okay, if you give any number, I will take just example, I will give it as 10. So I will try to write, mummy, mama chup, mummy chup ro. Okay, sorry for the disturbance, guys, and we'll move further. And here is the print, and if the condition is been satisfied, so what we'll try to the condition, I can say the number is 10. Okay, and so here is a condition which I made the body for if statement. What if I now I'm going to try for, else statement, right? Else, you don't need to write else is like your backup part, so there is nothing condition to be satisfied in else condition. Though we will try on both side, if that we will see itself on that what type of error we are getting if we are giving condition to else, and what type of errors we are getting if not giving to else. Okay, so if I write print, if I write print as a number is 10, a number is not 10. Simple, right? If the given number is 10, a number is not 10. Okay, so I will try to run this. Invalid syntax. Okay, every time you need to give this. Okay, see, let's put down the value. You can see on my console that I have to take a value. If I try to write 10, I will give the value, my number is 10. Okay, so I will run it again. If my value is other than 10, then what it will run? I have given the 9 answer. A number is not 10. Simply a number is not 10. This is how if and else statement works. Okay, understand? If I try to give an value and any condition to if statement as well? As you can see in my syntax, I have not given any value to else. Sorry for this. I have not given any value. I have not given any value for else statements. Okay. So what if I try to give an condition to our else statement? So we'll move further and see that if I give any condition, let's take it as I have given as 6. Let's take it as 6. If I give a condition over there, and if you try to run, so it becomes invalid syntax itself. It's not just any condition it should be given or not. It's just an invalid syntax. Else doesn't work that way. Else has a purpose to work, that if any condition within above is not satisfied, then the I will work. Then I will work. I means I am referring as a else. Okay, so the else should not have any condition. Else is a part where you use this statement other than the condition is not satisfied, if you get the result out of the box or out of the expected part. Okay, so here we learned about, for the first part we learned about what is a if and else statement. What now we will come for our main one, or you can say very important, if you refer it as, it is if, L if and else statement. Okay, what is, you can say, L if, you can, if I give a one condition, if again, and if, right? So every time if I use if condition, the whatever the data is being checked is every time being checked in if condition. If I will give two if at a time, so every time the condition will check both the if. Every moment this if this run, if the program gets run, every time it will check both the condition. If I give a 10 if, then my condition will be checked for all 10 if as well. But what if I need to stop on a third if? What if my condition is satisfied as on a third if? Understood everyone what I'm trying to say? If my condition is stopping on third if, I don't want my condition to be satisfied further. If first condition is satisfied once, then it if my condition is satisfied once, I don't need my condition to be, whatever the data should be, go further on the other seven ifs. My if is stuck on third one, so you need to so my third if, the body of the third if should work. Instead of checking all the other seven if, my body should be working on the first condition which has been satisfied. So it is not possible with if and else only. So the other part comes with is that if and if and else statement, where if the condition is satisfied once, enough one, if once, like in the first flow, only that condition will be running. It won't be going further on the other if condition or if conditions where it is not satisfying or which is after that. So if the first condition satisfied itself, the body within that first conditions will be required. If the condition of second is satisfied, and the body within the second will be running, not the first one, not the rest 8, the condition which is on second one. If it is satisfied only one time, it will run. We will see itself on a practical itself. Okay, so first I need to give you one condition. I mean say first syntax. What I'm trying to give you is syntax. And now if condition body, and again after if, always remember anything you're gonna start is always with first if only, or always with if only. If the if is the first statement of any conditional statement, so you always need to start with if. You won't go directly come up with elif part. Okay, elif is nothing but, you can say, is a mixture of else and if itself. But just if is mixture because in else you can give the condition, so that was standing for if. So else if, again it need to have any condition. Again body. Okay, this is condition 1. You can say elif condition 1. And as I move further, I can give one more elif, as the elif was made for not for just one elif, it was made for multiple if you can give in a one program. Okay, condition 2, and again body, and this will work again. And at the end there will be else, where there won't be any condition, only this will be running. Understood the syntax of elif and else? We'll just try to come up with our example. This was the else and if function. Elif, what is the condition if x is equal? Verify. I will try to write one more. here according to, okay, if x is equal to 6, print number is 6. And if I try to take one more, if, okay, and again x equal to x equal to 7, let's I take, and I semicolon, again print, and number is 7. Okay, and I need to again give it the, I will again need to give the else statement, that print numbers are not matching to our conditions. You can say satisfy also, that is totally fine. I just I give the condition itself, so no matter. Okay, so this is the if else statement. I will try to run. You can see on console, concentrate on console. If I try to write, give a 6, number is 6, and if I try to run it again, and if I give the value as 7, the number is 7. Okay, so the it will understand. So I will just try to give the answer for the text itself. 10, number is 10. What if I try to give any other number which is not within our conditions? Example 3. The numbers are not matching to our condition. Understood everyone how this if and else work? Okay, so we continue. So we completed with a part. Of if condition, if else statement, if elif and this statement. You don't need to write any definition, you will, because this need to be understand more further with more bodily. So if the definition of this controlling statement is enough to understand the meaning of these three. So we will move further, and now here we will learn about, we'll first secondly learn about our loop statements. We'll learn about loop statements. So what is this loop statements? Loop statement I was telling you about. What are those statements? Okay, and we will try to do after this loop statement. We'll try to, if we get a time, we will try to go with a one. You can say with a one good example of elif every function. So loop statement. So looping statements are come up with the two things, which is while loop and for loop. Okay. So if while, let's go work for while statement. What is while statement is telling you? While is explain. While is explain same several languages while look like a. So while condition is a boolean expression. While you can say while is actually nothing but, don't need to write, just don't write. While is nothing but it is same as any other languages, but still what the while is used for is condition is a boolean expression. Condition is true if executes a body part repeatedly until the condition is false. Otherwise the condition is false. Otherwise the condition is false, it doesn't execute the body. If you say that it's a condition part, What is it? It's a condition loop. It will run. Let's. It will choose the condition. Don't choose. I can say it will run till the condition is satisfied. If the it will run till the condition is satisfied, or you can say, or it will off if the condition is false. Understood everyone? That it will run till the condition is satisfied, or it will off if the condition is false. This is how the while statement. While, basically while, what is while? Is running is continuously again and again and again and again till we make it break, or till we allow it to break. Okay, so we will see just with an well, let's see first with the syntax how it should be written. Syntax for a while loop, which is while condition while condition and body. If you notice this thing, this is looks similar to our if statement, right? If, condition, and again body. But what is the difference between if and while? In if, in if statement, the body will run only once. The body in if will run only once, but in while condition, the the body will run in a loop again and again. Understood everyone what I was trying to say you? So we move further and see, we see with an example how it's going to happen. You can take a note, or you can, if you try, you can still go on ahead. So I will try to write. Let's take one statement. Let's take n is equal to 10. Okay, I is equal to 1. Okay, sum is equal to 0. While I is less than equal to 10. While is less than equal to 10, the condition is sum equal to sum plus I, sum plus I, and the I will increase every time. I will explain it very properly, don't need to panic, just really understand this. 1 plus 1. Okay, and after that print sum comma sum. Okay, so what will basically happen? N is equal to, I have given to 10, I is 1, sum is 0. If I is less than equal to 0, okay, then sum will be added with I. So basically this sum, what is this sum? This is 0. So 0 plus 1. You see, if the condition starts while I, so what is the first I have given y is equal to 1. What is I have given at the y as equal to 1. When this 1 is now this is condition is satisfied that the I is less than 10. 1 is less than 10. Now it come within the body. Now sum is equal to sum plus 1. Sum plus I, which I is nothing but 1. What is the value of sum? It is 0. What is the value of this sum? It is also 0 plus 1. So 0 plus 1, it's 1. The value, now this sign, what is the sign of this? It is assigning sign. What is the sign of this? It is an assigning sign. So the 0 plus 1 will be again given to the sum. Now the value of sum here becomes, sum becomes new. Now the new value of sum will become, as you can say, the sum will equals to 1. Okay, so now the new value of I, now here I is equal to 2. Okay, I is equal to, I is equal to, and it will print the value of whatever the sum I they have given. Now I is whatever is the I, so here also I. Now what the value they have come with the condition 1 plus 1, which is nothing but 2. So the 2 value is now assigned to our new I, which is 1. So I 1 plus 1, which is I, which is equal to 1. Now here I is being equals to 2. Now 2 is going to give, we will give the sum of that, we will give the sum which is we have calculated, that is nothing but 1. Now again this 2 will go on this condition, because it's a loop, right? So the loop within the body will again go on loop, and it will first check our condition. I, now what the new I is 2. The 2 will be 2 will be checked that it is less than 10 or not. If it is checked, yes, it is checked. Now the new value 2 plus previously it was 1, so 2 plus 1 it becomes 3. So the new sum will be 3, and again the 2 will come over down. So 2 plus 1, which is nothing but again 3, right? So 3 is again going to our I statement. So the new I will be nothing but 3. So the every time you come across 1, so you come across 1 till this value becomes 10, or till the value becomes 11. If the value of new I will be coming after, if now it will, one time it will be 4, another time it will be 5, once other time it will be 6, and other time it will be 7. Understand everyone? So the one time it will be coming 10, and till 10 this condition is satisfied. So the after 10, so the after 10, if it condition is not 11, after 10 it is 11. So the 11 is not satisfied our condition, so the body won't go there, and it will move on a further line. So body within the while will won't work. So this is the way while work. If you still understand, we will take one more examples with this, and you will understand it better. Okay, so I'll delete everything, because this is not permanent, so you don't need to do not to see, you need to try with this. Okay, so every time I come across new numbers, new sums. Every time I come with a new numbers and new sum, like what if I try, what if even I try to print this number, print this I also. Let's print this I, so you will get a better conclusion on this. I is I is equal to I is equal to 1. Okay, that means say I thing, but we'll try to read I. Okay, let's try to print. This is printing on a 3. See, every time you can say, every time the condition is satisfied, I will go 2, I will be 3, then after 3 I will be 4, I will be 5, I will be 6, I will be 7. It will be doing till 11, and after 11 it won't be giving any answer. So what is the reason it's happening? Because it is showing you that the loop condition is being working on continuously to the so within this loop, if I am writing only print once, but why it is printing so much time? Because the loop within that is been working continuously. So we'll move further and see what the difference. Now what is this condition I told you about? While condition body, and the body will run in a loop again and again. So here we come with this loop statement, and this will happen. Okay, let's try with one more, you can say one more example on this loop statement. What if I'm trying to give any other value instead of 10? If I try to give 5. Okay, if I try to give 5, and and the value of this n should be as 5 as well. Okay, the value is 5 should as well, and here is I am giving the 1 plus 1 again. So I will try to run this. Now you guess everyone the value, what will be the value. So this time the condition is not going till 11, the condition is going to till 5. So we try to run this. It's giving me an invalid sin. Okay, so I just forgot the part. Okay, we will run it again and see. Again the value is been within this is been less. Now it is working till S6. Now it is working till S6 because the condition was 5. If the condition is crossed across the 5, so if the condition is not satisfied, again within the body within that condition is not satisfied as well. So I'll move further, and so this is a part how while works. Okay, the while loop, we can use the while loop as an else loop also. As you can see, the body of the condition is that while itself is if, right? The syntax of it look like if, but the one more thing about the beneficial of using while loop, while is that it is working in a loop as well. So if it is working as an if, so the if statement is going to also have a else part. So we will see the else how it works. Okay, so we'll try to use while with an else. So for the syntax we, for the syntax we will see that while are, you will come across that the if the for loops, if the for loops are nothing but more variety, it will have condition, it will have it will have condition, it will have a running progress, and it will have an increment within those condition part itself. Okay, so we'll first itself will go with our for body, and you, okay. So in Python, for a loop is a different for the for from the other languages. This is one important part because for loop is a bit basically different for other part. In general, initialize conditions, check and increment, and a test a variable on each iteration. Python for loops iterates over the values returned by any iterable object, that is any object that can yield a sequence of values. For examples, for loop can iterate over every element in a list tuple or a string, but an iterable object can also be a special function called range, or a special type of function called a generator or generator expression. Okay, this is the type of definition what I have just told you about. You don't need to write it, we will have an experience, the experience itself, because we didn't write for any other. So so we will go directly on syntax. What is a syntax, you can say? For value in sequence, for the value in sequence. Okay, and here comes directly body, so there is no require of indentation. If you write within the for loop, it will directly acquire an indentation. Okay, so basically this here for we use for loop, for you can say as in a definition that we can use it for a tuple, list and a string as well. So how it going to be working in the, you can see this is a bit slight different from the C purpose. In a C it has first initialization, and after C initialization it has a proper condition, and after proper condition it has an increment, right? So within that, but here in a Python for loop, it has a value and the sequence of within the body, and after that directly a body. So no need of more curly braces, or no need of giving an increment, or giving an condition, or giving an initialization. This is a bit different. We will go with a very small, we'll go with a very small examples. For example, if let's example C is equal to, okay, see I am making one tuple. Let's I try to make one tuple is tup, it's let's try to say something else. A comma B comma C comma D comma, let's take E comma. Okay, so if we go there, and if I try to write for C in courses, let's take for D in C, for D value, for a D value in C. let's take any other. For x value in c, which is c is nothing but a data collection. So c variable, what I'm trying to do, I will try to write print c. Okay, print c word, print c length, you will see length, okay, comma, and the length of that c, and the length of that x. Let's try to see this first, and you will explain. If you're getting still, I will explain it again, so no worries. Okay, by a length 1, b length 1, c length 2. Basically what I was trying to do, I was trying to count the length of every character. What is the length of those character, right? A is equal to b, c and d. Excuse me guys. Okay, so we move again further. Right, what I was basically trying to do, I was trying to read the length of those character which I have given to you. If x is nothing but a new value, right? A new value, because x should be getting a learn. X length, what is x? Basically those values of c, right? Every time a one character which will be situated in x, like a is situated on x, and it will be printed, and after that length will be printed, and the length of that character will be printed, right? Again the x will be given to b, because it's a for loop, so it will run again, and a c again, and with the c, b will b to x, c to x, d to x, and e to x will be given, and after every letter has been printed, length will be printed, and after that length, one new x will be, the length of that character will be printed. Understand what is the character of that, what is the length of that a. So what if I try to write, I try to write this. I'm just typing randomly any type, and I'm trying to see what's happened with this. Okay, and see, every time it comes with a new, and it counts all the length, and it gave the value of me that length. Understood now c works? So c basically in c means the value in c, the the value in c, that means the data in that list tuple, or you can say the variable is been taken out, and we are going to perform the for loop, you can say, form any body within the for loop on that. Okay, so here we works, and let's try to see one more example on a for loop, right? Because as you totally know, so we need to perform a bit more examples on this. Okay, so here for x in x, for x in here, if I say s, let's say x itself, and star star 2. What does this mean? What does this? This is square root. This is taking a square. Star, double star, one star stands for multiplication, double star stands for square root, right? Of 2. If I'm giving 3, then it will be cube root. Send for that. So within that, and I will try to write for x in range, x in range 1 comma, in range till 10. If you type 1 comma 10 is also fine, if you directly 10 is also fine. So print x. Okay, let's see what is the value. 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. So what if I try to run only this part? Let's make it again and make it more simpler. I will make understand this program one by one. For x in range 10, what if in x in range 10, print x 1 0 2 3 4 5 6 means x in range 0 means if x start with 0 itself, as you told you about how the indices work, right? It starts from 0 itself, so the x will be given as x from 0. From 0 it will go to 1, it will take 2, it will take 3 4 5 6. This is a range, and just what I will do, I will just try to add this range. Whatever I will try to do, I will add this range with our multiplication factor, which is square rooting factor. Now what I will do, I will write one more for within that x in x the square root of 2. Okay, so now if you can see, if I try to run this only program, what will happen, what will print? From 0 to 9 will print, right? If and every time 0 to 9 will give me one value, and that value will be stored in this x, the will be stored in this x, and we'll make it more bigger. The value of this x means 0 it is coming, 1 it is coming, 2 it is coming. Every time it will be given to the this value x into 2, which is x square root of 2, and that will be run by this for loop. So if 0 comes from this, it will be given to this expression, which is x square root of x square of 2, and it will square and it will print 1. So again it will go, this for loop will go on 2, and again this for loop will go on 2, and this will be given again to this formula, and again the 2 becomes 4, and again it will be printed with the help of this for loop. Again this for loop will go on 3, and again we will get the square root, which is nothing square root square, which is nothing but 3 square is 9, and again we will get again will be printed with the help of this outer for loop. So this is nothing but using two for loops at a within inbuilt. Understood, everyone? This is a very simple program. In Python, if you are trying to write this program within a very less space, it is very, if you are trying to write Python within a very less space, it is very fine. So that's the reason I try to wrote within the example. If you are trying to write this example in a C, it would have taken more than 10 to 12 lines. But in Python, it makes more easier to write within just 2 lines itself. Okay, so this was for the for loop, and you can use a for as well as with else part also. Till the condition you are going to end, you can use that, the for loop will be run. And if the condition dissatisfied, if the condition gets over, the value gets end of the for loop, then else part will work. This is a strong part of else, that it can work with if as well as with while, as well as for loop, and as well as with it for also. So here was the for loop, here in text were the value, and something within a syntax. Now we'll move further for what we are trying to do for the break statement. This will be a very short this very short part, that how is going to work. Okay, so there's no need that much required, just you need to know how it's going to end, or how it's going to break. As you know, what I wrote there was a break statement, right? You can say break, continue, and pass. And English itself has, if we are using this as in a general meaning itself. If break, what does a break basically means? Break statement, it has a syntax only one, break itself. Okay, so what this basically break does, if the condition is so large, like example, if I'm going from a range from if you are used from this, if I'm going from range from 1 to 1000, if I'm going on a range from 1 to 10,000 as well. So what if I need anywhere to make it stop, right? So I will go on one part and I will just add a one part, I will just add only one statement which is break, and the break statement should be contained in such a way that it will break once. Okay, so let's we don't won't go in a definition, let's see how it works. Okay, so for letter, you can give any variable. This x a value stands for variable itself, so you can give any variable. In, okay, in, and e for loop. If, I'm using now for with an if, right? If letter is, means, or you can say equal to. Mostly I use is because I am using now expert programming or higher language programming, so I use is. So if I still get, if I get b somewhere, if I get b somewhere, so what it will it should do, it should break. What it should get break, and print that letter, and print that letter where we got that. Okay, so I'm using for with if, and here again one just, okay, and we'll try to run SAURA and again B, right? If I told that if the letter is B, so we it will should get break. What it should get break. So same way you can use this condition break statement. What you can use this condition with break statement, and the same way is with the for is with the continue statement, and as well as for the past statement. If you want to some continue, you can continue. I won't be teaching it continue because it's come up with an advanced part, so it requires a much more practice of for and if. So if you come up with a for and if practice, if you come up, you will try to do it. Okay, so today's homework, you will be having that you need to go on a net, or you can have any other parts, whatever the statement I have given. Pause the statement, try to write that your own, try to write their own program. Use a for with if with for, while with if, and try to use all these loop statement together. If you will have a good hands-on on those part of statement, or you can have, if you have a good hands-on on this type of structure, this type of programs, then you will able to understand how it will going to work. Okay, so continue and past statement nothing but, if you are trying to do with your own, is it also fine. If you're not, if you still have got any part or any left, or still got any errors, you can comment on this, and I will try to teach you. It comes a bit advanced one, so I'm just require a more type of knowledgeable. So it is just many people is new for you, so much knowledge at a one day or at a one time without practice is just it will get a vanish some of the part. So I don't want that. So you must go, you must take a homework and try to do some of the practice. If we come up with a practice, you will able to understand how the continue and past will work in the next lecture. So thank you so much for today, and try to practice as much as you could. Just no, because here we will try to do as most as we could in within that 1.5 or 1 or 15 minutes, whatever what I'm actually taking. It no require you to do much hard work or much thinking work. Just try to follow me, and after that, if you want to go on a harder level or a harder pace of my lectures, you can contact me, and I will let you know how it happens. Okay, thank you. So I'm here ending my stream.